Scam School Remix. You want to read minds, have clairvoyance, and predict the future? Then check this out.
I'm going to have you think of a thought that nobody else will know, and I'll be able to read your mind. But the problem is, if I asked you to think of a word off the top of your head, there's only about 100 words you're most likely to come up with. We're going to pick an arbitrary word, and to help us out, I grabbed 3 books everybody's heard of that I dig a lot. Fight Club by Chuck Palahniuk. Did you read it? You probably saw the movie. Catch Me If You Can by Frank Abagnale. You probably saw the movie, right?
Yeah.
And I also got Why People Believe Weird Things by Michael Shermer. It's about pseudoscience and the pyramid.
Yeah.
I want you to pick one of these 3 books. Which one do you want to use for our experiment? You're going to take the Weird Things book. So we're going to pick a word out of the book, and I want it to be truly random and totally fair. I want you to write down any 3-digit number on this index card right across the top right there. Make sure all 3 digits are different, though. Don't bust out a 666, because I'm superstitious. All right, I want you to flip it upside down so I can't see it. Pass it over to Mitch. Now I want you to see what number she wrote. Underneath it, flip those digits, and then subtract the lesser from the greater.
Good, yes.
Flip it upside down, pass it back to Kaylee. He gave you a new number. I want you to do the same thing, reverse those digits. And if your new number is only 1 digit or 2 digits or whatever, just make sure you add zeros at the beginning to make it a 3-digit number, like 002. And I want you to add the 2 numbers together. So you've got some number, right?
Yeah.
Whatever that number is, I want you to circle the last digit.
Okay.
That will be the word number.
Okay.
Whatever digits come before that will be the page number. Now open that book to that page and find that word.
Okay.
Okay.
So that was about the most random way I could think of to pick a word.
Yeah.
Random number, reverse difference, adding them up, come up with a number. One word's the page, the other word's the word. I'm going to try to figure out your word. That's my prediction once and for all. What word were you thinking of?
Abuse?
Abuse.
Abuse.
Nice.
Haley's like seriously messed up over this. She's like,
I am a little.
there are 2 parts to pulling this one off. And the first one is purely mathematical. It's an algorithm that takes a random number and causes it to become the exact same number every time. Pick any 3-digit number.
272.
I say all 3 digits different because that will screw up the algorithm, because 272 minus 272 is 000.
Right. 273.
372 minus 273, so it would be 99 would be the difference between the 2. Now the problem is, remember we ran into this, we had 99 in our example, so I said to add a 0, so it's 3 digits, and then add up the reverse of that. So 099 becomes 990, and it added up to 1089. Just to make sure that really is how it works, pick a different 3-digit number.
478.
And you'll always get 1089. Now that by itself is a hokey math trick. That's something that you can do to impress your geometry teacher, maybe. If you want to make it a freaking miracle, you got to take it to a context and make people believe you're reading their minds. So that's why I grabbed these 3 books here. They really are the real books. They all happen to have interesting words on the 9th word of page 108. I only had to remember 3 words. I knew that if you picked this book, I would say practically. I knew if you picked Fight Club, I would say backwards. And I knew if you picked it, Why People Believe Weird Things, I'd pick the word abuse.
There is a lot of process in this trick, but because it works with any book, make sure you pick a book that has a big, fat, interesting word for the payoff. Make sure the word's like gigantic, like daffodils, or shenanigans, or unbelievable. That's a word. Scam School Remix brings you the best of our over 6 years and 400 plus episodes of Scam School. You can check out the original episode this one came from, or check out this week's episode, in which I defeat a robot in single combat. And the robot is my phone, and single combat is my ability to unlock my phone, because I know the code. I've got you. You'll not fool you once, shame on you. Fool you twice, when you win again.